Will my kids enjoy sailing on a Royal Caribbean cruise? I got 20 reasons why they will. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Tea Time with Aloha and Coco. Today's episode is all about cruising for children. I get this comment a lot and it's, I don't want to go on cruising because I don't want my kids to be bored. I feel like they're going to be bored. Like, what is there to do on cruises for kids? And that's quite opposite of what we've experienced. At least for Royal Caribbean, our experience is second to none. So I decided to go straight to the source and I asked my girls. I have a 7-year-old and a soon-to-be 9-year-old. Girls, what do you love about cruising? Can you give me a list of everything you love? And we had so many things on that list that we had to break it down to just 20 because it was just way too many things. So here are our top 20 favorite things to do on a Royal Caribbean ship. And I hope that this list helps you determine whether or not you should even book a cruise for Royal Caribbean. Anyways, without further delay, let's dive into the video. In no particular order, let's get started with number 1, which is shows and parades. Royal Caribbean really does put on some amazing shows, starting with this parade. They usually start with this parade on the first day of your sailing and then almost the last day. They also have really beautiful glow-in-the-dark puppet shows, Broadway-style performances at the Royal Theater that will leave you in awe, and of course, some spectacular shows for ice skating, the Aqua Theater. I mean, the list goes on and on. I highly recommend for you to reserve some of these shows. They're just spectacular and so beautiful. Next up, duck hunting and hiding, or as we like to call it, cruising ducks. One of our favorite activities to do on board is to purchase little ducks back home and then hide them all over our cruise for the entire duration. We usually take about 500 ducks. I know it sounds like a lot, but we buy them in bulk on Amazon for about $12, $15, and we have a great time hiding them. And we have an even better time finding them. That's right. People love to bring these ducks on board, and they do a great job in hiding them. And it makes it so fun to have an activity that I can do with the girls all cruise long. You don't have to buy ducks to participate. You can just hunt for them, and that makes it fun. Number 3, dancing. There is dancing everywhere. They have everything from Zumba to ballroom to salsa, line dancing, calypso music. I mean, there's an opportunity for dance everywhere, and the girls love a good party. I'm sure your kids love a good party too, so make sure you check out all of the music on board. Up next, arts, crafts, and science experiments. There are so many opportunities to create on board. They have classes for families, like this pop-up card. They even have a jewelry class that you can do with your kids, but they also have age-appropriate science experiments and crafts in the 14th deck for kids. Super cool experiments, everything from slime to little ring snakes. We played with glitter, we played with glue. We had a great time, and they have a lot of opportunities. Just make sure you go to the Adventure Ocean Club. They usually have some sort of itinerary posted up so you know what's going on a daily basis, but they do have a lot of activities for kids. And some of these activities, although are listed for adults, some of these can be suitable for children, like the jewelry making, which we tried with the girls and they loved it. We also made little trinket boxes for that, and we had a great time. So make sure you check out the arts and crafts for kids and families. Up next, we have family games, scavenger hunts, and trivia. There are so many opportunities for trivia and scavenger hunts on board. Just make sure you check your itinerary, but there are so many cool games to play. And the best part is some of the best prizes are trophies and medals. Just make sure you check that itinerary again. And the best one, in my opinion, are the scavenger hunts. Those are amazing. They give you very little time, but it's so incredibly fun. Next, we have cupcake decorating classes. Now, this is the first activity from all the ones I've shown that has a fee. Now, you pay for this. Usually, you have to do it before you get on board because by the time you get on board, it's going to be almost impossible to get a reservation. They have very limited seating for these classes, and they happen about 2 times on the cruise. So be sure you do that beforehand. But these cupcake decorating classes are just that. You're decorating a cupcake. You're not making it from scratch. They're a lot of fun, and every cruise has different options. Anyways, up next, face painting. Face painting is one of the girls' favorite activities. A lot of cruises offer the face painting, and it's like kind of like done by hand, and it's freestyle. Other cruises have stencils like this one right here. They're all incredibly fun, and the girls love each and every single opportunity just as much as the last, but make sure you check it out. They do it many times on the cruise. Up next, balloon twisting. Balloon twisting is another one of those things that is incredibly fun and free. And it's exciting for the kids. They get to wear something for a little bit of time, and they have great designs. I love these little parrots sitting in a little cage. They were so beautiful. I even got myself a little turtle wristlet. Love the balloon twisting. On this particular cruise, it was incredible. Up next, sports and adventure. There is no shortage of adventure aboard a Royal Caribbean ship. Everything from the carousels to rock climbing, volleyball, swimming, water slides, the dry slides like the Abyss. There's table tennis, soccer. I mean, the list goes on and on. Zip lining. There's so many opportunities to have a good time. So there's no shortage of that. If your kids are adventurous and they love to be running around, check out my little ones in the little golf section, in the putt-putt section. They love it. There's always activities on board to keep your children active, so don't you worry about that. Up next, arcades. Now, I know a couple of you guys are going to say, oh no, that's gonna be fun. Yes, it is. It's gonna be a lot of fun, but it's also gonna cost you a pretty penny because the arcades are not free. And if you have your child go to the arcade and say, just go have fun, you're gonna rack up quite a bill because these games are pretty costly if you think about it. But maybe you can go ahead and give your kids a budget to what they can spend. Maybe they can play a game a day or something along those lines. We just had a blast at the arcade. And the best part is when you play certain games, you rack up points. And then at the end, you can go to the machine that scans your points and you can get a prize. They have a little vending machine with prizes depending on what points you have. And it's so fun. Up next, we have ice skating. Now, ice skating requires reservation, but if you miss that opportunity, don't worry. You can head on over. When they have the ice skating sessions open, you can go to someone who will be checking you in, and you can just say, can I be added to a standby line? Usually, they get you in without a problem. My recommendation, take some long pants and long sleeve shirt. A lot of people don't, but I'm telling you, you're going to want to. Up next, karaoke. Just that, my kids love to sing. Maybe yours do too, but they love a good karaoke session. Next up, laser tag. Laser tag is a free activity, and it has been on all the Oasis class ships that I've seen up until this point. This is something rarely new. Recently, they added this. I haven't seen it always, but it is free. For the ships that I've sailed on, and it's a great opportunity. Make sure you reserve it with anticipation because this is really hard to get a reservation for. You can also join a standby line. Next, excursions. Excursions do cost a pretty penny depending on where you are going. Some of the most expensive excursions are in Europe, so just be mindful of that. But the girls love to explore. I love to see them explore, especially when we read books about the Trevi Fountain or the Sistine Chapel, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, the Eiffel Tower, castles in France, and they're able to see it in person. What a feeling. My girls, or Aloha in particular, who was just 3 when she saw the Leaning Tower of Pisa, she still has not been able to get that image out of her head. Being able to see it in real life is just so incredible. So any chance I get to do an excursion with the girls, I take it. Up next, pools and beaches. Now, if you are going to the pool on the cruise, it's absolutely free. Some beaches when you get off are completely free. But if you're going to be taking an excursion to go to a particular beach, it may cost you. Just be mindful of where you're going. But pools and beaches is a definite must, especially for little ones. Next, family fun fair. On the last day that you're sailing, Royal Caribbean usually throws a big bash. It's called a family fair. They have cotton candy for sale, popcorn for sale. They have cupcakes for free, dancing, music, and food. And the kids love it. There's tons of games too. It's like a local fair back home. It's really, really fun for them. Up next, never-ending pizza and ice cream. The girls told me, Mom, make sure that makes it to that list because that's definitely up there. They love the pizza and they love the fact that it's never ending. They also love the soft serve ice cream because it's also never ending. This is by far their favorite thing, I think, as far as food. Now we're going into restaurants. That's another thing that they love. They love that they got to eat in different places all over the ship every single day. It's not like when you go home and you have dinner at the dining room table. No. They had amazing drinks and mocktails and food everywhere. They even got to visit the robots to make them a Shirley Temple, and that was like magical to them. So check out all of the free and the payable options for food. Next, shopping. We love to commemorate our trips by picking up a little something. Now, if it's a place that we visit often, chances are we won't get it. We go to Jamaica a lot. We go to Mexico a lot. But if we go to new places, like we just went to Aruba, we went to Curacao, when we go to Europe, places like this, we do like to maybe pick up something small, a little trinket that we can add to a collection, something that we could place in our home that will bring us back to that moment. The girls love little things like this. We found these in Curacao. They're little bucket hats with 3D effects. And that was what they chose to bring home. And it was super cute and super fun. But a little shopping doesn't hurt, especially when it is to keep the memory alive of an incredible trip. So although this was not in order, we saved the best for last. Our favorite thing to do on any cruise ship is to create memories. The girls never know when we're going on a cruise. Everything is always a surprise to them. So to see their faces light up when we say, hey, we're going on a cruise, and I see those big smiles is the best and most satisfying feeling in the world. And I love to create these memories with them. That's why, although it is tiring, we do not stop with our girls and we enjoy every second. I love to decorate their room. I love to decorate their doors. And one of our favorite traditions is we collect friendship bracelets. Every single cruise, we put together another friendship bracelet to commemorate that trip. And that's how we make it magical. So guys, what do you think? Our top 20. I know there's so many more. I'm telling you, the girls wrote like a huge list. That list had probably 60, 70 things on it, but we had to reduce it to 20 because if not, the video would never end. But anyways, I really feel we were able to give you guys enough for you to just look over and kind of just think about, consider for your next cruise. There is a lot going on in Royal Caribbean. All their cruises have a lot of options, and that's not to mention a lot of the things that are usually popular amongst young children, which is the kids clubs, all the activities they do in the kids clubs. This is outside of that. I don't drop off my kids at the kids club. I don't use that service. You can if you want to. It is free. Kids club is free, but I don't use it. And I feel like I have so much to do with my kids without using any of that. So imagine the possibilities of all the things you could do. So I hope you found this video informative, and I hope that you're able to consider cruising. Maybe that's something you want to do in the summer or spring break next year. Whatever the case, I hope I gave you sufficient information for you to kind of learn about cruising a little bit more. Thank you so much for following along. Don't forget to click like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Teatime with Aloha and Coco, and I'll see you guys in our next video. Make sure you comment down below what other tips and tricks you'd like to see regarding cruising, because we've done a lot of it lately, and I'd love to share maybe my top picks for restaurants or things like that. Anyways, let me know down below, and I will see you all in the next video. But don't forget, until then, to stay magical. Until next time.